Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Genuine Talks. I'm Drew.
You know, fam, it's River Long Hua.
Yeah. So we're just two best friends from high school who ended up living together in our first year of uni, bonded, went through trials and tribulations, came out the other end.
What does that
Ended a
mean?
little early.
Wait.
Trials and tribulations,
What
bro.
does that mean? What's
It's like
tribulations?
trials is like when you put the test. A
Yeah.
tribulation is like a tough time or a tough event.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
such a
yeah. Awesome
scholar,
for
my
real.
guy.
Awesome, real.
Yeah.
Nah, but as you can see, we just spitting genuine conversation about certain topics.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Today's topic is quarantine. We just want to talk about how much quarantine sucks,
Mm-hmm.
but also how much it rocks. Like there's a lot to discuss and delve into. So let's just get to it. I don't know. What do you think of
Yeah.
quarantine though? For real?
Yeah, man, like we were talking about this before, but like, yeah, fuck quarantine, man. Like it's kind of annoying, right? But you gotta see both the many perspectives of quarantine.
I lie.
Like, I think it's good because, I get to spend more time with my family, reconnect with old friends,
Not for real.
be more productive. I think. I don't know. How about like? What are you
Nah,
saying? What are you saying, bro?
I
Like,
think there's two sides to quarantine, man. For real.
yeah.
Like there's a lot of dudes and people who gonna just sit around and do nothing. But like I found actually quarantine to be very productive. Like I've done so many things because time is just freed up. Like and I can't
Yo,
can't discuss those on air. But like
my man. You've been on some projects so far, yeah.
yeah, like we've been working. Like I just what I realized, and don't get me wrong, I'm a normal human being. Like I played 12 hours of Minecraft for the first few weeks. You know what I mean? Like
Did you
I was running
actually?
that Netflix game Bear. Yeah, you already know, bro. I was out here
Bro, you're
building
such a
survival worlds and shit.
nerd.
Like,
You're a nerd.
bro, you already know, bro. I just it's about it. But nah, I realized that like there's just so much time, and like you can either just sit there and be like wait for the time to delve out, or like use the time. So then after I was done, like I binged through all my shows. I was like, all right, what the fuck am I gonna do now? And then I just decided to get creative. And now, Bear, I'm working on a bunch of stuff. This podcast included came out of quarantine. Like, if we
Bro, this
hadn't been in
podcast
this
is out of
scenario,
nowhere. Out of nowhere, my guys. Just so
nah,
unexpected, yo.
like if we hadn't probably gone to quarantine and done all that, like this would have never happened. So I don't know. I have my opinions, but like I think quarantine is for real like a good opportunity for us to just reconnect with ourselves. Like gives you time, think back. I've been thinking a lot. You've been thinking a lot too. I know that.
Yo, we both been. Everybody's been. Like, yo, there's nothing to do but think.
Yeah.
Like, take that in, my guy.
And you just
Like,
be thinking about bare shit that you never actually think about in like your regular life. But like you have time to think, so now you just get in your thoughts. But it's like it's actually fun to like spend time doing exercise with your brain, just thinking,
Yo, do you ever just like look through your phone and look at all the memories, like all the pictures and videos, and you're just like, damn, bro, like I remember these times, and you start to like get in your feels and shit.
Nah, lie. I've been looking back, bro, way back to high school, all those times we had. Like, nah, we did a lot. So like it was fun to look at. But like the camera memories are a different motive. Like when you delve into that old shit, like you feel a different way.
That's what I'm saying. Like girls that I used to like from
Yeah.
bare time ago, like 2017, like 2018, bro. I look back at the memories and I'm just like, bro, like I'm such a fucking simp, right? But hey, yo, it was okay to be a simp back then. You know what I mean? Like
facts, though.
It felt nice to be a simp.
Let's talk about simp culture, bro. What the fuck is up with simp culture, man? I don't understand that bullshit. How you gonna be mad at dudes for being real? Like that's what I don't get about simp culture.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Like okay, if it makes me a simp to be real about my feelings, like all right, say less. I'm a simp. Like I don't mind that because I feel like you gotta be secure to like be able to talk about that kind of shit. So like the dudes who made up this simp culture are obviously just insecure and don't want to talk. Like
bro, I think it's less of that and more of like men going overboard, just like going out of their way to doing like too many things to the point where they're so available, and that's unattractive for
I feel you. The mans who don't know the game, they don't understand how the game is. I lie.
Bro, I don't even know how the game is, my guy. I'm still treading my way through.
I think we're all just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Nah, but definitely sim culture came hell out of quarantine because Bear Mans went home, got horny.
Bro,
all these
TikTok,
things.
my guy.
Yeah, TikTok.
Bro, it all stems from TikTok, yo. Everything that I see on the media stems from TikTok.
Bro, TikTok is really the shit right now. I don't know. I'm a late adopter of TikTok. I wasn't about TikTok for a while. I remember at Western when you put me on a TikTok, I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, no, yo, that's everybody though. That's everybody. They're like, yo, yeah, fuck TikTok, bro. That shit's so cringe. And all of a sudden, like, out of nowhere, you're just like scrolling endlessly for hours and hours.
A lie. There's something entertaining about it. I don't know. There's something to it. I get it. I
Bro,
get it now.
listen. I heard this thing. Like, I forgot where I saw it. I probably saw it on TikTok, right?
A lie.
But somebody speculated. They're like, yo, so every time we're on TikTok, we just keep spending hours and hours just scrolling.
A lie.
Maybe that's why it's called TikTok, because it's taken away so much of our time.
Bruh.
TikTok.
That's mud.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
That's
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's actually crazy. And it's actually like legit. That makes sense.
Bro,
Wow.
yo, we made a TikTok in university, River and Drew.
Yeah, yo, go get on River and Drew. Everyone hit that TikTok, bro. Nah, that was what every uni kid feels, bro. When you're in res and you ain't got shit to do at like 2 a.m. and you're like, fuck it, let's make some TikToks.
And no, yo, we were making TikToks past 2 a.m. It was going on to like 6 a.m. and shit.
I remember that one night we had some roommates in uni, and one night we just ended
Ali
up
and Selena.
Ali and Selena, yeah. Shout out to Ali and Selena.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, shout outs. But like straight up, we just spent the whole night. I think we were up to like 5 a.m. straight up just making TikToks.
That was a school night too. That was just like a regular school night at university.
And things just got off track. That's res life for you. I miss that. That's probably my one knock against quarantine. Like my one actual knock that I don't have any other ways other than I hate it is that we're not in res right now.
We're not in res.
Like that was huge. Yeah. That's what I think. Hey, first years. By the way, if you're going to first year, take a year off. Go away.
Take a year off, bro.
Like, go work. Like, take some time off. Defer your acceptance. Don't do that because, bro, it's not gonna be the same. I can't tell you. It's just not gonna be the same this year. Hopefully, in a year, it kind of like trickles out and you can have a regular year. But like right now, it's just not gonna be as lit as it was last year.
Bro, I'm sad that our first year ended early, but at the same time, I feel like everything just worked out the way it was supposed to work out.
Nah, for real though. That's true. It all happened. Like when you look back now, it's like that couldn't have gone any other way. Like that worked out perfectly the way it was.
Yeah. Like from our room, right? Let's be honest. Like we had the best room.
That's facts, nah. With the view, the centralness, like the party vibe, like man,
bro, we're right in the center. Like everyone can see us from the windows. We could see everybody.
Yeah.
And we're on the third floor. That was like the middle floor, like out of the 6 floors. Like it couldn't have been any better than that.
Nah, bare times I just spend like looking out the window. Like in the morning, you have coffee, you sit down, you just look out the window and like the world like happening in front of you.
I do that shit at night.
Yeah.
Bro, I do that morning and night every single day. I just stand at the window, bro. I'm standing like this, just looking, like feeling like a bodman,
Yeah, nah, it's a motive. It's fully a motive, bro.
Like bare people are probably like, yeah, like what the fuck is this like Asian guy with a bald head doing? You know what I mean?
A lie, bro.
But it's okay, yo.
My whole thing is just like when we come out of this, I just want to hit 10 times harder than when I left. You know what I mean? Like I feel like with quarantine, with all this time you got in your hands, you can come back the same, or you can come back like new and improved. Like I just hope people are taking that into account because like that's my goal. Like you get out of quarantine, I'm just an improved human being. Like I think that's probably the biggest pro of quarantine. Like we all can come back as like improved version of ourselves with new skills and like new perspectives. Like
yo, that's what I'm saying. But like so many people are just wasting their fucking times. Like they're just sitting on their ass playing games like every single day, just like doing nothing productive.
I lie. No, but like that's the other thing I looked at. I was thinking about that for real, like for time, and I was like, for honestly, like that's a motive. Like in my opinion, I'm like, like you want to play video games and watch Netflix, do it. Like I think but what quarantine really does is lets you be honest with yourself, because after a while, you playing like video games every day, you're gonna start asking yourself, like, is this what I want to be doing? And then if that's the answer is yes, then for real, do you? But what it really exposes is like whether you're just wasting time with things because you don't actually want to do shit, or whether you actually want to do those things.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
what I think quarantine gives hella. Because like I don't like a lot of dudes gonna watch Netflix and play video games. That's a motive for real.
Bro, that's what I've been doing, bro. I've been playing Mario Kart every fucking day, bro. Watching Netflix.
No, it's a motive. You just gotta be honest with yourself as to like, am I doing this because I want to be doing it, or am I doing it because I'm just trying to avoid other things? And then the minute you figure that answer out, you're good.
That's true.
I think that's the biggest like pro to get from quarantine. Just it gives you a chance to be honest with yourself. Yeah, that's for real.
So would you say you're happy that quarantine happened?
Oh yeah, definitely happy. There's a lot of things like I guess I'm talking personally happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
I feel
for
you.
me, it's been amazing. But I can see how for others who had like a bunch of shit going on and it all got cut off, it could have been a bad scenario. But for me, yeah, quarantine big bonus. What about you though?
Yo, I feel that too. I think it's okay. Yo, I feel like we're handling quarantine pretty well, just because we're we're social people, but we don't always need to be social. We're very good at being
Facts.
alone, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we're very good at manipulating our minds, like playing with our minds, just like doing things that we like thinking. Um, Whereas other people can't do that. Other
Nah, for
people are good
real.
at that. They just need to be around people to have fun. But like,
Nah, I feel
I could
that.
fully just sit in my chair and just like sit here for hours just thinking about one topic, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, like I'll be satisfied, you know.
Yeah, you get lost in your days. Nah,
Straight
I
up.
rate that. I think that's definitely something that'll help. I think that like it's also like we live in an age where like you don't need to be with people to have social connection. Like it's really easy to get connected with people. I also think like that's another thing. Like, I think quarantine is gonna figure out who your friends are, because the people who aren't willing to FaceTime and talk for a couple hours
Hmm.
aren't your real homies. Because like maybe when you were all together in the same place, you guys were hanging out, but now that you're separate, you guys don't want each other's social like, or you don't need each other's social attention anymore, and that just shows you like
Hmm.
who your real homies are, who the real people in your life are. You know?
Bro, and I feel like you feel the same way, right? But when I went to university, there was only like a couple people that were very close, like that I would say were were at least of some sort of significance, right?
Not
Like
fact.
the boys back home, like our friends back home, those are the people who are always going to be near and dear to my heart. You know, like
Yeah, shout out to the mans. Just shout out to the mans real quick. All the dudes.
bro, that
Nah.
sounded so fucking cheesy, bro. Did you just hear that shit near and dear to my heart? No, fuck you. I would never say that in real life, but like as soon as this podcast starts, dumb shit. Do you realize that?
Alive, bro. You're really out here like that, bro. You're really out
Bro,
here.
on some emotional shit,
Nah,
bro.
I rate it though.
I'm like a dumbass.
You love the gang. What can you say? You got a lot of gang. Nah, but for real, like we had
Yeah.
like this podcast came out of FaceTime calls of just talking bullshit. And then we just decided to make it a podcast because maybe some of y'all might want to hear our bullshit. Like, so in that
Mhm.
same sense, like call your boy, call your homie, have some bullshit talks. I think it's very important. Like, you don't have to, there has to be no substance to the talk. Just talk. Like, it's important to keep, like, it's part of human chemistry. Like, you need to have social interaction, but you just got to figure out who to have it with and how good that social interaction actually is for you, you know?
Damn, Drew. You sound like a psychologist, my guy. What the fuck's your major?
Yo, I'm
What the
majoring
fuck?
in
Are you trying
business,
to take my
bro.
major, my guy?
Consumer behavior one
Consumer
time.
behavior. Oh
You know?
shit.
Nah, like, yeah,
Oh
bro. Nah,
fuck.
I did a lot of thinking about the world. That's all I know. It's been very nice, you know. Quarantine, yeah. I don't know. Quarantine is definitely something that we'll talk about for a long time. That's what I thought about too. Hey, like, imagine you tell your kids about quarantine 2020. Like, that's gonna be a motive.
Yo, they're probably gonna be like paranoid. You know? Yo,
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but my dad, like, or like, I guess my parents, they'd always tell me stories about how when they were young, they'd have to like go trekking like up the mountains, like
that's what
doing
I was
all
thinking.
this crazy shit just to get to school, and they had to work like bare hard, just like beat. Like my mom had to compete against like 10,000 medical schools.
Alive.
Out of 100 that were picked, she was one of them, and she'd always tell me this, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, like yeah. The first time she told me, I was like, yeah, damn, like I'm impressed. But then this would be a story she would keep telling on and on over. Like I'm just like, bro,
Nah,
like
I feel
no
that, but
offense, shut. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like,
nah, I feel that heavy. But like, I'm definitely gonna be that dad that like, if my kid ever says he's bored, I'm like, I live through quarantine. Like, you don't know struggle, bitch.
bro,
Like,
you don't know something.
you don't know what bored is, and then they just be like, yeah, okay, dad, but I have to. Like, it feels like something you're obliged to do as a parent. Like, just tell them
Mm-hmm.
how you struggle.
Bro, like, and yo, you know, if he doesn't feel like if he doesn't really understand you, you can always just like, you know,
A lie, bro.
you
Let them know
know.
it's good. You gotta let them know the boss is one time.
Okay, no, be honest though. Like on a real note, like, would you ever beat your kids?
Yeah, nah, no question.
Would you
No
actually?
question. No question. But like, here's the thing.
Mm.
Here's how I feel about that. I'm
Damn,
a,
bro, you're so rude.
I'm a like,
So why they call you rude boy, eh?
yeah, like, bro. No, I'm gonna be my kids, but it's not gonna be like an Indian parent being his kid type thing. I'm just like, I'm never gonna like take the belt out and whack him, but like, I'm not gonna be afraid to talk him on the head if he's being an idiot. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you
That's
mean.
my motive of
It's
beating.
like a little Nick type of thing.
Yeah, like shut the fuck up. Like, stop being
Yeah.
stupid. I also like, I'm gonna like I feel like I'm gonna be a very different parent. Like I'll never have a problem with cussing. Like I can't like it's part of who I am. So I'm not gonna like try to censor myself around my children. It's just the way it is. Like
Straight up, bro. That's the world, bro.
yeah, like it's the world. Like if you want to cuss, cuss. Like just it's a lighter issue. And so I think that's like if I raise my kids right, I just won't need to beat them as much. You know, that's my hope. That's my goal. But if it comes to that point where I got to top them in the head, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm not gonna shy away from that.
Yo, I've been thinking about that, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking like, yeah, okay. Whenever I think about parenting, right?
Yeah.
I think about Akash.
A lie.
Did you ever think about Akash and how like how
yeah.
nice he is and how like perfect he is? And it's because
I
yeah, Akash is one of
think
our
about
boys
Akash's
from
family. That's
high
a
school.
yeah. Shout out to Akash, but like his
Yeah,
family, his family's real cool. Like they're definitely a model family to go off of.
they are. It's
And they
like a
probably have
television
their
family, bro.
bro. They probably have their internal issues, but like
Yeah.
the way they deal with it is most likely very constructive. That's kind of where I want to be at.
I remember
know?
asking Akash's mom, like, yo, like, how do you raise such nice children, right?
Why?
You know what she told me?
What?
She's like, with love.
Ah.
Love. You just gotta love them, you know, just gotta appreciate them, just care for them, you know.
That's for real though. Like, and I also
But
feel
that
like
is for
as a
real.
parent, you need to be able to put yourself in their perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll never ever put my perspective on my kid. I'll always make sure to see it from his side because I've been there, and I feel like when
Bro, I know
parents,
you've been there, Mike.
yeah, you know what I
Yo,
mean. Like I feel like
holy
when
shit.
parents like put their own perspective on a child, it just makes them retort because they gotta find their own way. So I just want to give them opportunity to find their own way, and then when they have a problem, I want to see it from their side and then go to solve it like that because I think that's just a constructive way to do it. Like you gotta really understand where your child is coming from.
Would you say that's something that your parents are lacking?
Yeah, definitely. But
So,
like
so tell me about
that
your parents, your
that has to do
relationship
with
with your
perspective,
parents.
bro. That has to do with perspective. Like I love my parents to death, but they're
Mm-hmm.
two Indian immigrants who did everything they could to make sure that I had a good life in Canada. So their perspective is very skewed. You know, my mom never did anything but go to like she loves her life. Like she goes to work, she cooks and cleans. That's what she does. And then she hangs out with like she talks gossip with her like friends on the phone. And she loves it. And that's a perspective. My dad's a little different. Like he does his thing, but he's also a little more ambitious. Like he gets into
Yeah.
business sometimes, and that's his perspective. But he's got his own ways. And so they developed that perspective, and that's how they built up their lives. So then when problems occur where the perspectives differ, I'm not like they're not gonna listen to me and change their perspective because of me. Like I'm just a kid to them.
Yeah.
And then my thought process is like, okay, I'm not going to change my perspective to them. So the relationship I've tried to build is like, let me try to understand them and make efforts to help them understand me. And that's where we're at right now. And I feel like that's the most constructive way to go. Cause like we're never gonna see eye to eye on almost anything. It's just as simple as that. But if I could be the person to try to understand perspectives, I think it can create a compromise between the two of us, which is like, yeah, we don't see eye to eye, but you understand where I'm coming from and I understand where you're coming from. So we get to have actual good conversation.
Right.
That's where I'm at, really. Like, you know?
Damn, bro. Yeah. Every time we're on FaceTime, bro, your parents are going off on you and shit.
Yeah, man. Like, but that's what
talk
they
about
do. Like, they
understanding
care.
perspectives.
Like, you know, they care. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll never set the expectation that they're gonna understand me because they just won't until I do something and establish myself. Then they'll listen and understand who I am. But for me, the journey is the more important part. So I'm just on the journey and we'll see where it goes, honestly. But I'm at a good place with them. You know, I do my thing, they do their thing. Yeah.
Yeah, how's it like living at home like every single day? I know that was a big problem for you in university, bro. You were
Yeah, I
crazy.
want to go home.
Like,
For
no offense, your
real.
parents were fucking crazy in
Yeah.
university, bro. They're up on your ass every single day.
Nah,
Yo, I
that's for
would
real.
wait. Yo, listen, I would wake up to you yelling, "Mom, Dad, why don't you just understand?" Like crazy shit, bro.
Yeah,
And
man.
you're
Like,
always like, "I'm never going back home." So now you're back home, bro. You've been back home for like 2 months. What the fuck, man?
yeah, I just kind of like the thing I did is I just laid down the line. I was like, "Yo, look, I'm home, but that like I'm grown now. Like I pay my own taxes. I do my own thing. Like I made some
Damn.
financial barriers because there's a lot of emotional connections to finances. So I was like, I'm gonna take care
Mhm.
of this stuff. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And from there, I've just been living symbiotically with them. You know, like we just live in the same home, and that's about it. And is it sad in some senses? Yeah, but like it's the way it is, and it's the happy medium that we can live with. Like I don't really converse with my parents like that. Like I feel like I heard a lot of stories about, especially you too. Like a lot of people in quarantine connecting with their family and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't really happened here. You know what I mean? But like, it's not a bad thing to me. Like, it might be sad to the outside person, but like, I'm doing me and they're doing them, and then we just live symbiotically, and it's working. And as long as there's a happy medium, I'm chilling.
That's just the dynamic in your family, right?
Yeah, it's just a dynamic.
That's just how it works.
Yeah, and it's probably the best way to be, because anytime we get into any conversation, it always turns into an argument over something, because perspectives are different. Simple as that.
But when was the last time you had like a normal conversation, just like a hey, how are you doing today type of? Never.
Fuck
Never.
You mean, hi, how are you doing? I ain't never asked that to my dad.
Okay, no, like obviously not that, but like just like a kind of just like general conversation. You know what I mean?
Probably since I was a kid, like I was a little you, because like in my grown life, like our conversations have never been just normal ones about stuff. Like when my mom will often bring me stuff she reads on Facebook, like Trump articles and shit. And I know they're bullshit, but like I'm always just like, Mom, that's not true. And then she starts fighting me on it. I'm like, okay, there's no point in this conversation. You're right.
It's not even worth it, bro.
Like
cool.
Like at that point, like
article.
Yeah, like sick.
Yeah.
I think the other day, bro, funniest thing, she pulls up to me and she's like, yo, you know Trump's gonna deport all the Chinese people. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I saw it on Facebook. I was like, okay. You saw it on Facebook.
That's so credible. You know what I mean?
And I was like, and she's like, is it true? And I was like, no, it's not true, Mom. She's like, but like it makes sense. And I was like, okay, but it's not true.
Well, why does it make sense? Why does it make sense? Ask your mom that right now.
Bro, my mom is racist. There's no question. My mom is one of them like unintentional ignorant racists. Like she don't mean no harm, but
what does she think about me then? Like I was coming to your house and shit. Like,
yeah, my parents feel ways about you. You know that.
Yo, kind of hurts, you know.
That's a later issue, bro. My parents ain't gonna accept the boys. That's the one thing. They like Keyshawn, so.
He's brown.
Yo, I come from a brown oligarchy, bro. Like fucking, my family got riches in the brown world, so they want to stay brown. I'm just not about that.
Yeah, my parents don't have shit still. My parents are just fully Asian, you know, fully Vietnamese.
No, that's a fact.
But
yeah,
bro. Do you know that I'm a bit Chinese?
No.
I am.
I couldn't tell the difference, but like, what part is Chinese?
Bro,
like, what percentage?
From China.
Like 10%? Like, are you 50% Chinese? Like, you 5%? Like 1%? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm 1% white somewhere because colonialism, but.
From China.
Okay. From China.
Notice how that didn't answer your question at all.
Nah, right? I fully didn't. Like, what you?
Do you know why I said that though?
Why?
Yeah, the reason I said that is just because, like, I to be honest, like, I don't know. I don't know my percentage. So
yeah, run an ancestry thing,
bro. Yo, I tried ancestry before. Nothing. Like, it never pulls up any information. So I'm just like, yeah, fuck this shit.
So some bullshit.
It's on some real bullshit.
Fact.
Have you tried it?
No, I haven't. But I probably come up like I probably had like 1-2% white in me because like colonialism and shit. Like,
cool. Yeah, you look pretty white.
No, I tried that.
Brown as fuck, my
sometimes I ask shorty. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, like, well, like, what do I look like to you? And the only answer I ever get is brown. Like, I'll never get like a different race or anything. There's never any mix up. It's always like, yeah, no, you're brown.
Yo, okay. Yo, remember when I had like my permed hair and everything, like the curly hair?
Yeah.
And, okay, yo. Sometimes I ask people, what do I look like, right? Like what race am I, right?
Yeah.
Like most people say Asian and shit, right?
Yeah.
But when I had my permed hair, people would be like, I think like you're Asian, but you're not like fully Asian. You're like, and I was like, are you serious? Like then what? Like, what do I look like? You're definitely mixed, right?
Oh.
And I'd be like, mixed with what? Like white? And they'd be like, yeah. Bitch, do I look white to you? Do I look like a Asian? Bro, okay, I think it's because of my eyes. Like, I have like pretty big eyes for an Asian. Right?
Yeah, nah, you do still.
But at the same time, my curls look pretty they look pretty natural.
A lie.
Do they not look like pretty natural? Like,
nah, you could get mixed. I can see that.
And then somebody said I look like a Pacific Islander.
The fuck does that mean?
I'm assuming like Polynesian, like The Rock, Dwayne.
I lie. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know where the fucking Pacific is. I'm so behind on geography.
Well, it's a lighter issue. Like,
I know it's one of the big oceans. That's about it.
Bro, like I guess I could pass as The Rock. Like when I had when I was fully bald. You know what I mean?
The Rock's little Asian homie.
Bro, I actually look like Johnny Sims, like the Asian Johnny Sims. You know what I mean, bro?
Nah, for real. Johnny Sims out here. I know y'all dudes
Bro.
know about Johnny Sims. Don't act like y'all don't know.
Except I have a small dick. Let's not talk about that though.
Nah, the funny thing I saw on TikTok is, you know that fucking the trend where like they play the Pornhub sound and like all the guys smile. Yeah. Yo, that's some fun. That's some exposing shit, bro. Imagine if some like white suburban mom caught that.
Oh my
and you like
God.
smile with your mom, like, hey, you get your ass, like you can set your room, fucking grounded and shit.
Bro, here's the thing, like if that happened at our school, right? We'd be the first ones to look at each other and laugh.
Nah,
like we both know it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no hiding that. We're not afraid of judgment. Fuck that, bro. Y'all watch porn.
For real.
Everybody watches porn, bro. I don't
I remember
I don't give a fuck who you are, what you say. You watch porn. You've been watching porn.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, you just get, that's some bullshit. Nah, I was talking to Shorty one time, I remember, and I look at something up on Safari, and I always have on incognito because I don't like pressing the ad. I just stay on incognito at all times.
Damn, Drew.
And I open up Safari, and first thing Pornhub, and she's like, and she looks at it, and she looks at me, and I'm like, yeah, I watch porn. So like,
who was it?
I don't remember her name, bro. Some random ting from Decca, bro. Like, so I was literally at a conference. Like, this is some ting I was trying to hit on, and she felt ways, and I was like, why you feel ways? Like, I know every man you mess with watches porn. Like, there's no question.
So she just called you out on it? She just like, damn.
Like, she didn't say it, but like you could tell in her like facial expressions that she was like feeling away because it's an awkward situation. Like, you're holding a phone in front of someone and porn will post.
Yeah, was this the girl that you just met too?
Yeah, like a shorty that just met. So from there, it's like two options. You either walk away like a bitch, or you just see where it goes from there. So I'm like, I'm already in the gutter. Like, might as well. So I'm like, yeah, I watch porn. Like, what is it?
Did you say that? Did you just say like, yeah? Like, you looked at her and be like, yeah, like, yeah, I watch porn.
Yeah, she looked at me and I was like, yeah, I watch porn. What you want?
What did she say?
She was like, she didn't even respond. Like I would have liked the response. We could have a conversation about it, but she's just like, oh, okay, cool. And then I didn't get that ting, but like there's a
obviously because you watch, bro. That's so shallow.
Every man you mess with watches porn, but like he just hides it from your ass. Like,
bro, how much porn do you watch though? In a week, be honest.
I watch like once a day, so like 7
because like corn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
once a day, and that's quarantine. Quarantine numbers like once a day. If it's like regular like times where like I'm out and about, then maybe not even once a day. Like maybe
like university,
5 times a week, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, maybe less. Like it depends on the day. I just get busy, so like I feel like the only time you actually think about like jerking off is like when you're bored. Like I've never had
when you're bored as hell. There's like nothing to do.
I've never had the moment where I'm actually doing shit and I'm like, okay, I gotta stop and go jerk off right now.
That's what I'm saying.
That never happens.
Okay, wait. When you're bored as hell, when you're stressed and have like schoolwork or some shit.
Yeah, you gotta relieve it.
Or when you're drunk or high.
Yeah, nah.
Let's be honest, bro.
Sometimes I do it just because it's better. Like it just feels nice when you're high. Like when you're bathing, you jerk off, you come.
Everything feels so much nicer when you're high. Though.
Yeah. For real. That's why man's be smoking trees. That's why it's legal. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, that's what I'm saying.
It's a blessing.
I have not smoked in like 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, I haven't smoked weed since quarantine.
Stay honest.
Yeah, for real. It's
that's
just because like
that's bullshit.
No, for real.
Yeah?
I haven't been out. I've been hibernating, bro. I haven't been on roads. Like I've been out more than you have, definitely. But I haven't been out like that at all. Yo, man's FaceTime me in the middle of the fucking podcast.
Who the fuck is FaceTiming you?
Yo, you already know who it is, bro. It's Sean Connie Keyshawn.
Just tell them to shut the fuck up, bro.
My line, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Bro, they just want you to go to Walmart.
Yeah, just
I told you we could do this podcast tomorrow. Like,
nah. I'm about to podcast more than I'm about the Walmart trip right now, bro.
Are you sure, bro? Like,
yo, Walmart ain't got shit in stock anyways. Nice right now. Walmart ain't got shit in stock anyways, bro. Bearman's been taking.
Bro, have you been grocery shopping since quarantine?
Nah, I haven't, bro. I haven't done anything out of the first time I went to a grocery store since quarantine was yesterday. I went to go buy gum, like, cause I needed I like chewing things, right? And I ran out of pens to chew, so I just bought a bunch of gum. Yeah, not for real, bro. I be chewing on pens and shit. Like, There might be like a nicotine thing, you know, like, you know how smokers like quit by like chewing shit. So.
Oh yeah.
It might be that. I don't know what it is, but like I'm vaping, so like obviously it's not nicotine. But whatever it is, I have like a habit of chewing.
Bro, you gotta stop that nicotine, my guy. It's damaging, my guy.
I'm in
like
healthy proportions with it, so it's a lighter issue.
The fucking healthy proportions, bro. You've been hitting this shit like all podcasts, my guy. Like how every single day, every hour, every minute, every second.
Here's my thought on that. It's the same thing as drinking golf, honestly. It's like I don't do it when I'm busy. Like if I'm ever like if I have a busy day, like you won't catch me vaping and I won't even need it. But if I'm sitting around, like quarantine been a mission. Cause I quit. I actually like fully was done, feeling fine, no effects, probably like 3 or 4 weeks in a quarantine. And then 2 to 3 weeks later, I just got bored as hell. I was just sitting around, and honestly, the best thing when you're sitting around is just a haul of vape. Like, for real. When you're just sitting around doing nothing, just like this, every once in a while, for some reason, it's just nice. So,
yeah,
after 2 to 3 weeks, I just got bored, and I was like, fuck it. And then I just got another one. I started. But, like, my thought process is, like, I go, like, a few weeks on, a few weeks off. And that's just mostly the quarantine schedule. When I get back to regular life, it's not going to be part of my regular day-to-day.
Okay, yo, well, that's what you say, like, couple weeks on, couple weeks off. But, like, how disciplined are you really, my guy? Like,
not at all.
I have not seen you get off that shit one time.
Nah, not at all. But, like, the thing for me is I've accepted it being a part of my life. Like, I've accepted it. It's just, like, it is what it is. That's my whole thought process.
Do you believe that you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life?
Probably. I'll be smoking for the rest of my life, definitely. Like, I'm trying to beat a fucking 80-year-old grandpa smoking cigars with my boys. Like, why?
Really? Would you ever smoke cigarettes?
No, I wouldn't touch a cigarette in my life.
I feel like you would, like, low key.
Still haven't.
To fit in.
Nah, I'm not about that. I would have if that was the motive. I would have done it a long time ago. But I never touched a cigarette in my life, and I never will. Like, I never even put one in my mouth. Like, I've never held a cigarette in my mouth.
Are you serious?
Yeah, never in my life. I just never had the intention. Like, we grew up in an age where, like, all the information told to us was that this shit was deadly. It's true.
Yeah.
Like, it's honest information. And I always got my nicotine from shisha and shit. So I always had clean sources. And it's just too harsh. Like, it doesn't taste right. Like, I don't even get tobacco. Like, you can get tobacco flavored shit for your vape. But I'm about that fruity shit, you know?
Bro, what the fuck? That's disgusting. Yeah, you're fruity as fuck, aren't you?
Yeah, like, I'm not about that.
You're a fruity man.
I'm not about that. Like, why would you bother with that shitty taste? Like, some people like it, you know. Like, even cigars. Like, there's an ambiance of, like, chocolate or, like, some musk to it. So that it helps. But
cigars they smell good though, eh?
Yeah, like, it's different. It's a whole different thing. And a cigarette is, like, you know, I think a part of my nicotine thing was about, like, because I grew up watching businessmen. You know, and it's been a staple in business for years and years. It's only now changing, but a staple in business for years and years was you had meetings while smoking a cigarette and drinking some whiskey. That's just how it was for the longest time. And only recently has it been different where, like, now nobody, like, you just don't see that in an office as much now, you know, where someone's smoking. But that's what I grew up on. That was my idea of a businessman up until very recently in my life. Like, as a kid growing up, the whole thing I thought of was a rich business dude is someone who sits in his office, smokes a couple cigarettes, and drinks some whiskey. And that's how life is. And then growing up, I realized, like, yeah, there's ways to do that. There's things about that. And the cigarettes never came my way. But I'll still probably be the person that takes a client out for a drink. Like, I'll still go get drunk with a client and to try to woo him or whatever it may be if I'm a businessman. And I'll still smoke in my office. Like, I'll probably vape in my office all the time. But that's just my version of that character. Like, the perfect example is Mad Men. If you haven't seen Mad Men, you got to watch Mad Men. Like, River. I'm dead ass. Do it. Like, I can't recommend a show more than I can recommend Mad Men. It's a haul. It's a lot of episodes, but it's probably one of the best, like, character portrayals ever.
How many seasons?
Like 8 or 9.
Bro.
Nah, it's bare long.
Bro, like, time is of the essence.
Bro, it's bare long. But just start. Like, just do it as a low-key thing. You won't even – because – it has binge factor to it, but you don't need to binge it. You know what I mean? Like,
it has a binge factor.
Yeah, but it's definitely, like, it really is one of those shows that delves into a character's mind. Donald Draper is the main character, and Donald Draper, like, the show is so classic that Donald Draper is a legendary character. Like, people to this day case study Donald Draper and the way they portrayed him. And I forget the actor's name, bro, now, but whoever it was, he played he did amazing work on it. And
Jonah Hill.
No, it was not Jonah Hill. Never would have worked there. It was some fuck. I'm trying to think of the other movies he was in, but I can't think of anything right now. Whatever. Yeah, I'll remember later. But, like,
Tom Cruise.
No, it wasn't. No.
Okay.
Stop. Just stop. Stop. It was his breakout role. Like nobody knew who he was until Mad Men. Like then when he broke out on Mad Men. But anyways, like Donald Draper, the way the character flows and like the things you find out about him and like there's such a good character arc. And it's just amazing. It's so nice to watch. And if you have any inkling for a business mind, I recommend it even more because it really structured a lot of stuff about business for me, like about the business world. And I think it also like, sorry, I just want to say, I think it also shaped my perspective on marketing, why I'm so into marketing. Donald Draper, he worked in a marketing company.
Right.
And he ends up owning one. And then his whole world is marketing and advertisements. Fucking hell.
I might check it out, but Drew, like you gotta tell your boys to shut the fuck up, bro.
Blow my phone up. All right, next podcast.
Damn, you're so popular.
Figure out how to get this notification shit off. Stop it.
Yo, why are you so cocky, Drew?
Stop it.
Yo, I know you purposely left on your notifications.
No.
Everyone could see how popular you are.
No.
That's bullshit.
The business line is blowing up. You are correct about that, but saying I'm gonna turn these off for the next podcast. Ain't no question about it. I just don't know how. Do I just turn my volume down all the way? Nah, because the volume's controlled over here. I don't know how to do this shit. But
you're really full of yourself, and I realize that.
So are you. That's why I love you. That's why we're homies.
That's
why this works. Bro, that's why we're on a podcast talking right now, expecting people to listen to us.
Yeah. You know, people are going to listen to this shit.
Yo, if you're watching,
whether they like it or not, just because it's us.
Just know we love you, but we know you're interested in our fucking hell.
Okay, Drew, like I'm actually gonna come over there and just like break it.
Right.
No, I can't do that. I love you too much.
Next podcast, I'm gonna find out how to turn these notifications off. I don't know how yet, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Say wallahi.
Wallahi.
Damn, you're not even Muslim, so that meant shit. That meant jack shit, bro.
Yo, we're doing a whole episode on Toronto slang and Toronto culture. Ain't no question about it. There's a lot to talk about there.
Drew, you're the expert at that shit. I don't fucking know.
No, I want to talk perspective on it. No,
I
don't want to talk about it in terms of like an information perspective. I want to talk about like the cultural thing and how Toronto culture is.
A life, fam.
But that's for another episode still.
Yeah, done know. You hear how ridiculous I sound?
You do sound bare ridiculous, bro.
But it's okay, bro, because like it sounds bare funny sometimes.
You know what I realized? I can't fucking figure out how long this we've been on this.
Really?
No.
Fuck, we should have timed it, eh?
Yeah. Should we end it here?
Yo,
have we talked sufficiently about quarantine?
Let me think. I think we have. Like, yo, we went off on bare tangents, right?
Yeah, but we talked about quarantine.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah, sure. It's blessed.
I guess I'll end it this way. So for everybody watching, just know, don't expect no fucking regular scheduling or like some big shit to play off. We having fun with this. We'll try to go for discipline purposes. We'll try to go once a week. You know, seems pretty easy task.
Might not happen, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
the only reason we're doing this is just because it's something that we think is fun.
Yeah,
it's just like it's just a regular conversation that we normally would have, but now we're just recording it.
Yeah, why not?
Entertainment purposes.
It's honestly a why not thing.
So yeah, fucking cocky, right?
Yeah.
We know everybody wants to listen to what we have to
say. So this is Genuine Talks, episode 1. Yeah, final and complete.
All right, my
check
dick
it out.
is so small.